A couple of emails, somewhat related, RAD at radradio.com. This one's from Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
She says, I keep hearing all these stories about mask holes, and I always think to myself, I'm so glad that hasn't happened to me yet.
Oh, boy.
Until today. This is actually pretty tame. She says, this morning I went into a store that rhymes with Small Mart. Target.
Gotcha.
To grab a few things. On the way through the doors, I was still in the process of getting my keys and phone into my pocket so that I could then put my stupid mask on. The man at the door stopped me to tell me, masks are required, while pointing at the sign. By the way, that's literally his job. That's what he's paid to do. Oh. I'm standing there, holding my mask, clearly getting ready to put it on, so I simply say, in the snarkiest tone I have, oh, I know. And I put my mask on and enter the store. 5 minutes later, I'm being assisted at the self-checkout by a woman working there whose mask isn't even covering her face. The self-checkout is 10 feet from where I'm told my mask is required. I guess all we can do is laugh. There's not much more we're allowed to do anymore. Are we allowed to laugh? Whoa,
I don't know about that.
I don't
might
think
spread disease.
I think that's in the green tier. I don't think until you get into the green tier you can
I'm going to laugh, though.
I just have one little problem with the email. It's the guy that works there. That's his job. That's not who you go after. You go after the Karen that's telling you.
I'm okay with her in this sense. We have to give her the benefit of the doubt, though, and it's all perception. If she literally, like, what was happening when he said it? Is she literally is reaching for the mask, like starting to put it on?
Yeah.
He can wait and see.
Agreed.
If the mask is just dangling there and she's walking by him, then that's his job.
It is.
And you are correct that either way, her response could have been, oh, I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're right.
I just in general have a problem with us going after the people that work there. Yes. Listen, I think the majority of them hate it too. They hate wearing them all day long. They're grumpy too. That they have to wear these damn things. And then they have to talk to the public about it. And the public yells at them for various reasons. Leave them alone. Attack the Karens. I mean, not like, physically.
By the way, I agree with all of that except the assertion that the majority of anyone hates wearing the mask because overwhelmingly they love it. They love it.
Fine,
because they either feel like it protects them or the virtue signaling.
The people that work there?
Dawn, just like Major League Baseball's 2/3 of them. Just like professional athletes, 2/3 of them.
I can't.
Yes. They're throughout all sectors. People that just love it. Look at me and my mask. I am better than you.
I am not only saving me, I'm saving you, and that's what makes me so amazing.
And more of these stories about how they're lecturing people about how they're doing it. I need you to
save me.
For me?
Here, spit on me. I'll be fine. That's what I'm going to say to somebody. Spit on me. I'll be fine. I don't need you to save me.
By the way,
go ahead, spit.
If you request it, it's not assault. You can't go around spitting on people, but if somebody asks you to spit on them, you're merely... I mean, there's limits. If somebody tells you to stab them, you're still going to get charged. But spitting, I mean, if you got it on tape, I don't know. Not tape, because we don't use that. On a cell phone thing. Press record. I think this is an important email to read from Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Had about an hour ago, we were talking to Eddie from NorCal Gun Vault. And he was confirming, there's not only a gun shortage, there's an ammunition shortage in America. And it's almost all entirely... tied to the fact that we are, as a nation, not everyone, of course, we're seeing everything going on. The election's coming up, riots, COVID, we're petrified. We're looking for just ways. And we talked a lot about the mindset of people, not only people, his customers, people in general, people that work there, etc. So it had this effect. Austin says, I'd like to start off by pointing out that I've been lucky enough to not have COVID affect my life as much as most. My day-to-day is basically the same since I'm a garbage man and deemed essential. Yeah, some things are different. Can't really do any of my former hobbies. But all in all, life goes on. I like how he just dismisses that.
Yeah.
I've done my very best to stay positive and work harder. I listen to you guys every day to keep up on the latest news in this COVID world. I love you guys and all the smiles and laughter you bring me. Listening to Eddie on the phone today hit me very hard for some reason. I don't know why or what it is, but I just broke down and lost it. Oh. The reality of the state of our world finally got through to me. Am I just being a sissy?
No.
Or is it justifiable? Yes. Sorry for the lengthy email. Blah, blah, blah. Well, it's explainable. Whether or not you're being a sissy and it's justifiable, that's going to be worked out between you and your other male friends.
Oh, God.
But
oh, no.
Obviously, Austin, COVID has been affecting you, and you've been keeping it, and not just COVID, 2020, and you've been keeping it inside. This happens, Austin, if it makes you feel any better, it either already has or will, I'm going to make a Dawn-like statement, happens to everyone. And to some of us, it's happened multiple times since March.
This is where we are in it together.
This is the only way we are in this together. You can be going on about your life, and you can even be in a good mood, and then something hits you, and you buckle at the knees. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's the littlest thing. Or the other thing, maybe you're not having that great a day, and the little thing happens, and you just want to murder. So it's totally explainable. Whether or not you're a puss, got to ask your friends.
Yeah, even when you're doing the perspective thing, and I appreciate that. You're looking around and you're like, my life hasn't been affected that much, because you're looking around and you're hearing about ways in which people are just being demolished, devastated, and so you're having a little perspective. But listen, both can be true. You're still affected. Maybe not as badly as others, but you are still being affected. And it is okay, and I don't know with him, but with others, sometimes people feel guilty about that they shouldn't have those moments where they feel sad about it because they're not struggling, right? All their bills are paid. They're not having issues like that. And they hear about other people that are, so they don't want to honor how they're feeling a certain way because they think it's wrong. It's okay to honor how you're feeling while also acknowledging you have it good compared to most.
The other thing, too, is that we live life on multiple layers, because I think he did say something like, it hasn't affected me as much.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It hasn't affected you as much because you have a job. It's affected you emotionally.
Absolutely.
As much. And that's okay.
Yeah, God.
And that's the thing. That's the thing where I get a little bit of that. I hate that whole survivor's guilt thing. Because, okay, great. Good for you. Good for me. I still got a job and a great house and a great car. Guess what? This year has sucked.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
That's how it and
so sucks.
That's how it feels for so many people moving forward. Hello there, Trudy. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, with the mask problem.
Mm-hmm.
I was with, I was at my girlfriend's house, and, I didn't have my mask on. I was leaving, and it's in a little complex, and this guy was driving by in a little truck, and he looked at me, and I thought, okay, well, he's going to ask me something. But he said, it sounded like he said, hey, bitch. And then I thought, well, why would this guy say that if he's going to ask me a question? and then I got mad because I said, did you just call me bitch? And he pulled his mask down. He said, no, I said miss.
Miss?
So he was like, ha.
Oh, whoopsie. See, that's another collateral damage of the masks. We can't understand each other.